Hello, Namaskar and good evening. Welcome to NCRT's live interactive session. This is Simran Singh and you are all watching us on PM eVidya channel number 6 to 12. Viewers, you can also connect with us to our YouTube channel that you all know it's NCERT official. So regularly from 5 till 5:30 PM we come up with our special sessions for all our viewers. These are our Sahyog sessions. Guidance for mental well-being and psychosocial support for all the students, the viewers watching our sessions out there. And every day we come up with certain interesting and essential topics basically related to your life. So today we are going to talk about social media and adolescents' mental health. As we all know that nowadays it is very important to consider mental health as important as physical health, and social media has become a part and parcel of our life. So most important aspect is to know about the impact of social media on adolescents' mental health. Therefore, we have this particular topic for the day, and joining with us in the conversation, we are joined by two experts, Dr. Rajiv Ranjan. Namaskar, sir.
नमस्कार मैम, सभी व्यूअर्स को मेरा नमस्कार।
गुड इवनिंग सर, बहुत बहुत स्वागत है आपका इस सत्र में। सर RI अजमेर NCRT से हैं। इसके अतिरिक्त हमारे साथ एक प्रैक्टिसिंग काउंसलर भी मौजूद हैं जिन्होंने जयपुर से हमें ज्वाइन किया है, मिसेस भव्य भटनागर। नमस्कार।
नमस्कार मैम, थैंक यू फॉर हैविंग मी।
Thanks a lot for being with us in this conversation, and viewers, if you have any of the queries, write down to us in the comment section of NCRT official. Besides, here are two mediums through which you can connect with us. First one is our mobile number, that is 8800440559, and the second one is the Sahyog mail ID that you can catch up through the screens. It is flashing on your screen. So let us quickly jump to this particular topic, that is social media and adolescents' mental health. In the first place, I would like to invite sir in the conversation and request him to please introduce this particular topic to our viewers with the help of a particular defined definition or the meaning of social media and how is it related to adolescents' mental health. Sir.
Thank you so much, ma'am. And सभी बच्चे जानते हैं, जो भी हमारे साथ जुड़े हुए हैं, they all know that they all are very familiar with social media, and they understand that they are dealing with or they are working on Facebook, then WhatsApp, then Instagram, then Twitter. Many things are there, and it is very interesting. It is very interesting also, and what they are doing, they understand that this platform of social media is nothing but to communicate from one person to other person. So we can communicate with friends, we can communicate with family members, we can communicate with any unknown person also, and then we can communicate with a person sitting from thousands and thousands kilometers away from us. So this social media is a platform where the distance is no more, as we know. Another thing is mental health. Mental health is a condition as per our physical health. Mental health is a condition which allow you to work on functionally. It allow you to be sound, and it allow your mind and body to work efficiently. So mental health is very much important. Why? If you are aware that what you are doing, any activity, if somebody is doing unconsciously, if somebody is not conscious about the activities, that is another thing. But if you are totally conscious about yourself and your mind is functioning properly, then you can give best to your activity, either it is study, either it is co-curricular activities or anything. So you can give your best from your mind and from your body. So that's why mental health is important. The problem is when the social media, if it is used too much, and if somebody is addicted or if some adolescent child is addicted with that social media, then it impacts the mental health and your function. The functioning of your mind and body is affected. So over to you, ma'am.
Thank you so much for explaining in detail about this particular topic to all our viewers. Ma'am, as we are discussing about adolescents in relation to social media, so we have often heard that social media makes adolescents feel good about themselves. How does that work? Yeah, Bhavya ma'am.
Yes, ma'am. So see, there are some positives to everything. Like there are some positives to using social media. Adolescents obviously feels good and happy about using social media. We cannot deny that fact that it has been potentially influences our adolescents in a positive way in a number of ways actually. First of all, it has provided young people a way to connect, which means it provides a platform. मतलब basically एक platform मिलता है जहाँ पे adolescents आपस में connect कर सकते हैं, communicate कर सकते हैं. Secondly, it has increased development in social connections. हम देखते हैं कि कुछ बच्चे हैं, कुछ adolescents हैं, वो introvert होते हैं, वो बहुत जल्दी लोगों से connect नहीं कर पाते हैं, socialize नहीं हो पाते हैं, right? फेस टू फेस इंटरेक्शन करने में उनको प्रॉब्लम होता है. तो सोशल मीडिया एक ऐसा प्लेटफॉर्म है जहाँ पे इट इज इजी टू कनेक्ट विद अदर पीपल. So it has increased development in your social connections. Third, it has provided an outlet of self expression for young people in this generation. Obviously, self expression की अगर हम बात करें तो जैसा कि अभी मैंने बोला, इंट्रोवर्ट्स होते हैं, वो खुद को एक्सप्रेस नहीं कर पाते. बट इन वर्चुअल वर्ल्ड की अगर हम बात करें, सोशल मीडिया की बात करें, तो इट इज इजी टू एक्सप्रेस योरसेल्फ, योर थॉट्स, योर ओपिनियंस. And it has helped young ones to develop their identities and share their opinions to the world. मैं अपने opinions को world के सामने easily रख सकती हूँ that this is me, this is what I feel of myself, this is what I feel of others. So it is easy with the help of social media. And most importantly, it also paved the way with mental health concerns to access support through social media networks or online counseling support system. जैसा कि हम सुनते हैं मेंटल हेल्थ के बारे में, तो सोशल मीडिया ने भी काफी हद तक हेल्प की है इन creating awareness about mental health, and it is now easy to access support through online counseling platforms. There are a number of counseling online platforms online today, so it is easy to take help from there. And it is easy to connect that way also. So these were some of the benefits of having social media. Yeah.
As ma'am, you have rightly mentioned that every coin has two sides. So in the same case, we have social media with some pros and cons, advantages and disadvantages. So sir, we would like to know this from you. What is the negative impact of social media that it leaves on the minds of adolescents, especially when we talk about their mental well-being?
Yes. There could be so many. It depends on individual to individual how they are using or how he or she is using the social media. But there are some common things which are really affecting the adolescent group, and some very common things are, you cannot, as I was telling, you cannot get best out of your mind and body if you are using too much social media platform. It affects directly, you can see, it affects your sense organs, the capability of your sense organ. Your sense organs are attached with your mind, your brain, and then mind is, again, your mind is also dependent. The first part, the sensory perception, is depending on the senses itself. So that's why perception is nothing but meaningful interpretation of any stimulus or whatever is the environment. It means if you want to meaningfully interpret anything in the environment with full potential of your sensory organs, it affects. So we don't understand that how it is affecting, but it affects sense organ. And let me tell you very frankly, it affects the functioning of the sense organ. The capability of sense organ to draw or elicit informations from the environment and then pass on to the mind, and then ultimately the mind will process and interpret, and then it will give you output. That process is affected due to excessive use of social media. That's why your sleep pattern is affected. The work or the activity which you can finish within 20 minutes, you may spend 25 minutes, or you may spend even 40 minutes also for finishing that particular activity. Then your sleep pattern will be affected. You maybe because there are students, or there are people who don't understand that in one day they are using, or they are touching, or they are holding the mobile more than 150 times. So they don't count it, they don't understand it. Again, the there are some social anxiety like FOMO, which is fear of missing out something. If I am not interacting with my communicating with my friends, I may be isolated. So this type of fear is developed, and then anxiety is developed. More we can go that if it's not limited the physical activity, as I told you. In long run, if addictions are there, or mobile addictions are there, or social media addictions are there, it can go for depression, isolation, and cyberbullying also. So that's why it is important to be with your mind as an individual. It is very important to be with our mind, and that's why we must control the use of social media. Over to you, Simran.
Thank you for that amount of guidance for all our viewers, and I'm sure they have heard it rightly and they'll try to practice it in their life. Moving ahead in the conversation, as we were discussing about the negative impacts of social media on the mental health of adolescents. So ma'am, what are the possible strategies or the preventive measures that one can use to eliminate this menace of social media impact in the lives of adolescents?
या तो अभी सर ने बात की नेगेटिव इम्पैक्ट ऑफ सोशल मीडिया की। जहां नेगेटिव इम्पैक्ट की बात आती है तो हमें कुछ प्रिवेंटिव मेजर्स की बात करनी चाहिए कि क्या एडोलेसेंट्स वो अडॉप्ट कर सकते हैं, अडैप्ट कर सकते हैं प्रिवेंटिव मेजर्स, और हाउ टू कॉन्कर द नेगेटिव इफेक्ट्स। तो मैं सबसे पहले बात करूंगी, यू कैन टेक अ ब्रेक फॉर अ वीक और मे बी 15 डेज। आप कुछ समय तक के लिए ब्रेक ले सकते हैं सोशल मीडिया से या फिर मोबाइल फोन्स के लिए। लेट्स सी हाउ यू फील after disconnecting for a week or maybe for 15 days or maybe for 30 days. How you feel after disconnecting from social media? Just see and explore yourself. So take a break. Second, you can do is connect to those who lift you up. See, there are a lot of people who you meet on social media, so it is up to you आप किससे कनेक्ट कर रहे हो। आप उन लोगों से कनेक्ट कर सकते हैं जो आपको लिफ्ट करते हैं, जो आपको पॉजिटिव वाइब्स देते हैं, जो पॉजिटिव एनर्जी क्रिएट करते हैं, जिनसे आप कुछ लर्न कर सकते हैं। सो कनेक्ट टू दोज पीपल। थर्ड, यू कैन डू इज सेट लिमिट्स ऑन द टाइम स्पेंट ऑन सोशल मीडिया। इसको हम स्क्रीन टाइम से भी समझ सकते हैं। जैसे आजकल सबके पास स्मार्टफोन्स है, मोबाइल्स में एक फीचर होता है स्क्रीन टाइम का। आप स्क्रीन टाइम अपनी सेट कर सकते हो कि मुझे कितना टाइम सोशल मीडिया पे या इस पर्टिकुलर एप्लीकेशन पे, लाइक फेसबुक है, इंस्टाग्राम है, इस पे स्पेंड करना है। यू कैन टेक द हेल्प ऑफ अ टाइमर कि मैं फेसबुक 1 घंटे तक चलाऊंगी, मैं 15 मिनट तक चलाऊंगी, उसके बाद फोन ऑटोमेटिकली उस ऐप को डिलीट नहीं करेगा, बट उस टाइम के लिए आप उस ऐप को एक्सेस नहीं कर पाओगे। सो यू कैन सेट द लिमिट्स। Fourth, which is really important, that you have to keep realistic goals. अब realistic goals क्या होते हैं? Realistic goals वो होते हैं जो goals मैं actually में achieve कर सकती हूँ, the goals which are achievable to me. तो इसको एक छोटे से एग्जांपल से हम समझेंगे। जैसे सोशल मीडिया पे आजकल हम देखते हैं बिग फैट वेडिंग्स हो रही हैं, बहुत अच्छी से शादियां हो रही हैं, या फिर तो एक अनरियलिस्टिक एक्सपेक्टेशंस बन जाती हैं कि मेरी शादी भी ऐसा हो, ऐसा डेकोरेशन हो, ऐसा मेरा ब्राइडल वेयर हो, लाइक दैट। ऐसा होता है। लाइक एक और एग्जांपल ले सकते हैं कि आज इंटरनेशनल योगा डे है, राइट। मेरे जैसे कई लोग होंगे जिनको योगा नहीं आता है या जिनको योगा में इंटरेस्ट नहीं है। सो आप एज अ बिगिनर आप एक डिफिकल्ट योगा कोर्स की तरफ नहीं जा सकते हो कि आज योगा डे है, सो लेट्स डू योगा। यू कैन डू योगा, बट वो बिगिनर योगा होना चाहिए। आप कॉम्प्लेक्सिटी पे एकदम से नहीं जा सकते हो। आप यूट्यूब पे अच्छे योगा वीडियोस खोल लिए एंड यू थिंक कि चलो योगा स्टार्ट करते हैं, तो इट्स नॉट पॉसिबल। So it is really important to have realistic goals in your life that you think कि इनको हम अचीव किया जा सकता है। Next is develop your interest from social media to print media. This is also important. This is social media तो आज है, फेसबुक, इंस्टाग्राम, स्नैपचैट, ये सब आज है। पहले प्रिंट मीडिया होता था, पहले ईमेल्स लिखते थे, फोन कॉल्स करते थे, आपस में मिलते थे। तो we can shift that interest again from social media to print media, right? जैसे मैंने बताया, सेट अ टाइमर। हम टाइमर सेट कर सकते हैं। आजकल मोस्टली फोन्स में डू नॉट डिस्टर्ब मोड होता है कि आपका फोन तभी एक्टिव रहेगा जब आपके पास कोई कॉल्स आएंगे, अदरवाइज आपका फोन साइलेंट रहेगा। सो यू कैन यूज दैट। नेक्स्ट इंपॉर्टेंट इज फॉलोइंग सोशल मीडिया गाइडलाइंस. There are a certain number of guidelines which everyone has to follow. बट वो फॉलो हो नहीं पाती हैं। अगर आपको पता हो तो एक सर्टेन एज के बाद ही आप सोशल मीडिया का अकाउंट बना सकते हो। चिल्ड्रन के लिए 13 एज होती है, 13 के बाद ही आप सोशल मीडिया का अकाउंट बना सकते हो। तो इसमें पेरेंट्स का भी रोल है कि वी हैव टू कीप अ चेक ऑन आवर चिल्ड्रन कि वो किस एज में है और वो क्या कंटेंट एक्सप्लोर कर रहे हैं इंटरनेट पे। सो ये भी हो सकता है। एंड पेरेंट्स कैन बी अ रोल मॉडल ऑल्सो। मतलब पेरेंट्स को, अगर हम चिल्ड्रन को सिखा रहे हैं तो उससे पहले पेरेंट्स को भी एक रोल मॉडल प्ले करना पड़ेगा। लाइक जब हम अपनी नीड्स लेते हैं, डिनर ले रहे हैं, लंच ले रहे हैं, या फिर सोने के वक्त, उस वक्त हमें मोबाइल फोन का यूज कम से कम करना चाहिए, बिकॉज मोबाइल मैग्नेटिक रेडिएशंस हम पे पोर्ट्रे करता है। तो उनसे दूर रहना चाहिए। सो अगर पेरेंट्स ही वो चीज करेंगे तो बच्चे नहीं कर पाएंगे। सो पेरेंट्स can work here. They can be a role model to their children, so that children can do the same.
These days, social media has become, the social media trends and the social media addiction, it has become the buzzwords or the trending term setters for all the youth out there. So, sir, what could be the possible interventions or the paths of mediation that one could follow to eliminate social media addiction from the life of adolescent?
Yes, thank you, Smita ma'am. Actually, I just want to recall all the parents, family members of India that past 2 years we have spent for severe COVID period, and that time children were using the gadgets. Now what is happening, still children or students or even adolescent groups, they have not detached themselves from the gadgets, whatever gadgets they were using. Many of them are using the duration of using the gadgets like mobile or tab or laptop. It's not reducing. Now we have to shift to the offline in ratio, whatever is it is demanding or it is permitted. So in that way, it is very important. If somebody is addicted with social media, that person or that child has to reschedule his routine. It is called as environmental restructuring, which is your routine. You knowingly you should physically restructure your room, where your bedroom, your places where you are staying or sleeping or studying. Your gadget should be away from you now. If it is not required, you don't keep with yourself. I feel never keep your mobile near your pillow or on your bed like that. While you are sleeping or while you are napping also. Have a courage to switch off the mobile. Have a courage to put the mobile on silent mode. I am repeating again, you must have a courage to put the mobile on silent mode or maybe vibration, or maybe you switch off the mobile continuously. It is very important for your mind, because ultimately after few years your mind capability of your mind will be decreasing if you are using too much the social media. Replace with some good habit like reading magazines, reading textbook, or reading stories, interesting stories, which is complete story. Read complete stories and get a complete idea and refreshment for your mind. That is very important. And then use this social media for limited period. Stick on the time that I am not going to use more than 10 minutes or 15 minutes. There are students and there are children who can use mobile phone or maybe WhatsApp or Facebook for more than 1 hour, 1.5 hour, which is very harmful. It is very harmful, let me tell you. So you must stop these activities. Family members, teachers, siblings, brothers, sisters, all, and friends especially, help those students or help your friends reducing or detaching from social media. Somebody is suffering it. This is also, let me tell you, a type of disorder or disease. We see that person is healthy, the person is fine, but he is not fine. Somehow he is addicted and he is suffering. His brain cannot stop this. What does it mean? If you cannot stop this something, it means it is dominating you like a disease or disorder. So that's why everybody make an environment, replace your routine or reschedule your routine and replace your habits. All these things you must do right now to detach yourself from gadgets and don't addict with social media. Make your mind healthy so that you can live a healthy life in future another 40 or 50 years. So, which is very much important. Over to you, Simran ma'am.
I'm sure that our viewers will keep all these important strategies and the measures in their mind and will try to practice them. If you are already addicted to social media, then in this particular session of Sahyog, certain points have been highlighted by both the speakers through which you can rescue yourself from this entire trap of social media addiction. And the ones who are still not addicted to social media, practice some of these guidelines and see the changes around you. Once again, thank you to both the speakers for being a part of this conversation. Thank you, Rajiv sir.
Thank you.
Thank you, Bhavya ma'am, for explaining at length to our viewers about social media, its negative impacts and also the positive outcomes, whatever we can learn from social media and what we should de-learn from social media. Thanks to all the viewers who have been a part of this conversation, and stay connected to NCRT. Keep watching PM eVidya channels. Namaskar.